What up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys episode number 24 in my 2017 Shelf by Shelf series. And continuing along today, we have Python. And Python, I actually had this DVD in my collection for so long. It was like one of the first DVDs I ever picked up. And yeah, I mean, I like these movies. I seen it on the Sci-Fi Channel when it came out, and just always one that I used to record these type of movies off of the Sci-Fi Channel on VHS tape, so I was a little bit of a fan. Then we have Python 2, which actually is not very good, but I mean, even the cover is like went way downhill in terms of like how that snake looks. Like, it looks pretty awful. But I recently watched it. What was it, like? Probably a year or so ago. It wasn't great, but I kind of enjoy these movies, honestly. I think they're a lot different than what the Sci-Fi Channel has become as of late. This movie, Queen of the Damned from 2002, I actually had this on VHS, and every time I tried to watch it, I just was like, oh, it's so boring, and I would never finish it. And then we were preparing for our 2002 podcast, and I noticed that this film came out in 2002, so I figured, oh, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. And again, you know, just was dreadful, so I did not have fun with this movie. Like, it starts off okay, but it just gets so damn boring. Just such a poor, sad attempt at the Anne Rice novels, honestly, which I believe that's what this is based on. Yeah, Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles. After that, we have Queen Crab, and this one is a title that I've had in the collection for a while. I haven't watched it yet. It is a Wild Eye releasing. Apparently, it's supposed to be kind of fun with a lot of like stop motion and stuff like that. Kind of like a throwback to Harryhausen, but probably really bad. Stephen King and Clive Barker's Quicksilver Highway. You have two of the absolute greatest writers in horror of all time, in Clive Barker and Stephen King. You would think that would make an awesome movie, but honestly, it doesn't. It's an anthology, and it's just really not that good. Directed by Mick Garris. Like, it was okay at best. Really not a great movie, though. After that, we have Rampage, Killing Without Reason. This was like a 10-part exploration to mass murderers. I picked this up a while ago from Mill Creek, and it came with another disc too, which we might have already talked about in an earlier part. But yeah, this, I mean, it has the Columbine kids on the cover, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. But yeah, I'm really fascinated by serial killers, and got a bunch of other people on here too. Of course, Charles Manson on there, who just died. Not gonna say rest in peace, honestly, but you get the point. After that, we have The Rats, and did I watch this? I can't even remember if I watched this or not. I don't think I have recently, but yeah, I've had this in the collection for a little while, and just never got around to seeing it. I think I've seen it before, like on the Sci-Fi Channel or something. Vincent Spano, who is that? Name sounds familiar. Anyway, The Rats, got it used somewhere. After that, we have Raw Meat, and I recently got this on Blu-ray, so this is kind of an obsolete title, but yeah, you know, sometimes that happens. After that, we have Raised, and this movie was actually kind of cool. It stars Zoe Bell, and I think it just missed my top 10 of like 2014. Basically, it follows this girl who is put into a room, and it's like a tournament. Like, you awaken in a room with another chick, and you gotta kill her, and then the last one who survives is the winner. It's pretty cool. Little low budget and stuff like that. After that, we have Wreck, which I've actually never watched. Been putting these off for a while, but I truly am excited to watch these because I've heard such good things. I have seen Quarantine, though. I assume it's pretty much the same movie, but I hear the Spanish version is better, so looking forward to that eventually. Then we have Rec 2, which I've never seen, but I hear is also very, very solid. Still need to pick up Rec 3 and 4. Then we have Redeye, which is a Wes Craven film. This was a really good thriller. Like, I remember really, really enjoying this film when it came out. I haven't seen it since it came out, but I've always liked this Wes Craven film. Thought it was a little underrated. After that, we have Redneck Zombies, which I remember finding this in the dump bin at Walmart and just being like, holy shit, like that's crazy. I can't believe Redneck Zombies is in the dump bin. Bought it. It's actually pretty solid. Like, it's not a bad shot on video film at all. I believe it's shot on video. But yeah, it's the 20th anniversary DVD and bonus CD edition. After that, we have Requiem for a Dream. This is not the good version. This is the edited version, I guess. That like really disappointed me when I read that. I don't really know what that means. I guess that it's the rated R version. I absolutely love this movie. It's one of my favorite films ever. It's Darren Aronofsky, and I just think it's like a masterpiece, honestly. I remember the first time watching this, I was hanging out with these two girls, me and my boy Steve, and like they were like, oh, you guys got to see this movie, and they let us watch it, and then we're like, what the fuck? You know, it didn't seem good at first, and then all of a sudden it got super crazy, and we were just like, holy cow, you know, and it's stuck with me ever since then. After that, we have Resident Evil, and this movie is pretty good, honestly. Like, I actually like it. It's kind of not the greatest movie in the world, but like I've come around on it so much. I've always been a huge fan of the video games, and this movie has always kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, but lately, the last time I watched it, I was like, you know what, I actually really like this movie. Like, it's not a bad movie. So yeah, the original Resident Evil, it's that like stylized action horror stuff that I usually hate, but for some reason I actually kind of like it. After that, we have Resident Evil Apocalypse. And this movie is even better than the first Resident Evil, honestly. And this is kind of where I left off. Like, I didn't really watch any of the other ones after this. I think I might have seen the third one, which is Extinction. That's not very good. But I just felt like the films progressed way too fast, honestly. Like, the whole world was, like, dead by this one. But, yeah, Resident Evil Apocalypse, pretty solid. That's the Nemesis one. After that, we have the Rest Stop double feature here. We got Dead Ahead and Don't Look Back. I actually liked both of these. They feel like they're filled with plot holes, but I actually like them. It's been a while since I've seen them, but it's got some nice road horror here. Pretty solid stuff. I actually want to revisit those. Maybe we'll cover them on the podcast eventually. After that, we have Return of the Living Dead Part 2, and of course, Return of the Living Dead Part 2 is an awesome movie. It's a good follow-up to the first Return of the Living Dead. Obviously, it's not as good, but I still enjoy it for what it is. And honestly, I actually like this movie a lot. I remember being a kid and actually kind of getting into the Return of the Living Dead films. For some reason, I always thought the first film was Return of the Living Dead 3. For some reason, I always thought that. I don't know if I thought Return of the Living Dead, or maybe I thought it was like Night of the Living Dead 3 or something like that. I thought these film series were connected, and for whatever reason, like, I always thought it was the third one, but eventually I found out it was the first one. Then I checked out the second one. Actually, I think I might have actually checked out the third one before the second one. But yeah, I absolutely love both of these films. Return of the Living Dead 3 kind of really, really grew on me. Like, watching it this last time on Blu-ray, I was like really, really impressed with it. And last up for this part, guys, we have this 6 movie pack here, and it has Return of the Living Dead, Necropolis, and Rave to the Grave on it, which is the primary reason I bought it, but it also has Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator, which I don't own those either, so pretty interesting. It actually has Night of the Living Dead 3D too, so yeah, it's a Lionsgate 6-pack here, which actually there's 5 movies that I don't own in here, so pretty happy to have this, honestly. So eventually, when we cover the Return of the Living Dead films, we'll also throw in these 2 shitty ones, and the Reanimated movies. It's good to have this to watch those. So anyway, guys, that's it for this part. I'll see you guys next time with another video. Peace.